Most people believe control requires force, pressure, restriction, surveillance, something visible, something obvious, something that announces itself as power. But the most effective forms of control rarely look like control. They look like agreement, like preference, like common sense, like the natural order of things. And because of that, they become difficult to see, not because they are hidden, because they are familiar. A system reaches its highest form when it no longer needs to convince you, when it no longer needs to threaten you, when it no longer needs to force compliance. Because at that point, you begin maintaining it yourself, repeating it, defending it, protecting it, sometimes without realizing that you are doing so. This happens because repetition creates trust, and trust reduces scrutiny. The longer something remains present, the less likely it is to be questioned, especially if it appears to be working, especially if everyone around you accepts it as normal, especially if your own identity has become intertwined with it. Over time, the structure disappears. Not physically, psychologically. You stop seeing the framework and begin seeing only reality. You stop noticing the assumptions and begin experiencing them as facts. You stop recognizing the influence and begin calling it yourself. This is one of the most powerful transformations any system can achieve: to become invisible, not by hiding, but by becoming ordinary. Because ordinary things are rarely examined. They are inherited, repeated, passed forward, preserved automatically. Most people imagine influence as something external, a message, a command, a manipulation. But influence becomes strongest when it no longer arrives from outside, when it begins speaking through your own internal voice, when its language starts sounding like your thoughts, when its priorities start feeling like your priorities, when its assumptions start feeling self-evident. At that point, control no longer feels imposed. It feels chosen. And what feels chosen is defended differently. People resist attacks against things they identify with, even when those things limit them, even when those things shape them, even when those things benefit from remaining invisible. Because identity protects itself, and anything absorbed into identity receives that protection, not because it is true, not because it is useful, not because it deserves loyalty, but because challenging it begins to feel like challenging yourself. This is why some people react strongly when a deeply held assumption is questioned, not because they examined it carefully, because they never had to. It became part of the structure, part of the foundation, part of the lens itself. And lenses are difficult to see while looking through them. The strange thing is that the person often believes they are defending freedom, defending individuality, defending reason, while unknowingly protecting the very structure that limits all three. Because once a system becomes internal, its survival no longer depends on enforcement. It depends on identification. That is the turning point, the moment where control stops operating around you and begins operating through you. Not as obedience, as participation, not as submission, as continuation, not as force, as maintenance. And this is why awareness can feel unsettling, because once you begin asking, why do I believe this? Where did this assumption originate? Who benefits from this remaining unquestioned? You start noticing something unusual. Many of your certainties arrived before your investigation. Many of your conclusions arrived before your examination. Many of your loyalties arrived before your awareness. That realization does not immediately destroy the structure, but it changes your relationship to it. The invisible becomes visible. The automatic becomes observable. The inherited becomes questionable. And that is where genuine freedom begins. Not when you reject everything, Not when you oppose everything. Not when you replace one system with another, but when you become capable of seeing the structure before automatically protecting it, before automatically defending it, before automatically continuing it. Because the most effective control is not the control imposed on people. It is the control people learn to preserve themselves quietly, consistently, without noticing. And once that becomes visible, the question changes. It is no longer, what controls me? It becomes, what am I still protecting that I never consciously chose? Because somewhere inside that question, there may be a door that was invisible for a very long time. If this felt familiar, subscribe. This channel is about seeing the structures that continue operating long after they become invisible. And if something became visible, continue here.